Hello and welcome to Neurodivergent Life. I'm Michael Woodruff, and today I'm going to ask the question, are you your skin? And why does skin color matter? Human beings have the tendency to base their reactions on what they see. Their impressions are controlled by their eyes. It's an instinctive response. You might think that the more intelligent you are, the less controlled by those instincts you become. Sadly, that's not the truth. If you watch news at all, the impression is that people only see the surface and make their judgments based on that alone. Forget the facts. Those can be filled in and ignored later. Beyond judging based on sight impression, humans despise being wrong. What we see on the outside. For millennia, mankind has looked at the color of a person's skin to make multiple determinations. For most of history, it had nothing to do with whether the person was of equal value to them or not. It was a way to determine if the other person was of the same region or if they were a foreigner. The judgment of whether or not they could be allies had nothing to do with the color of their skin. If they were foreigners, precautions were taken. Weapons at the ready, attempts to communicate, wariness of the intentions of the other. It was a matter of survival, not racism. Throughout most of mankind's history, skin color wasn't a factor in how another person was treated. Most of the time, it was whether or not someone thought that the other culture had the same values as them, whether or not they had the same beliefs. The traditions of other cultures were strange, and conclusions were made rather hastily, sometimes incorrectly, sometimes correctly. The clothes they wore, the way they spoke, how they treated each other were all indications that helped one culture decide to trust or not to trust another culture. Over time, cultural differences were set aside for mutual benefits. It's understandable that when someone who has only seen others who look the same as they do, to be hesitant when they see someone who doesn't. There's a curiosity and a caution that exist when a person of dark skin sees, for the first time, someone with light skin. It doesn't mean that there's hatred. It doesn't mean there's judgment. It doesn't mean anything except it's a first time experience. What is not seen on the inside. Outside of a laboratory or a morgue, the inside of the human body is rarely seen. The average person might not be able to tell you what color a particular organ is. They can make guesses, but on average, that's all there would be, a guess. Here's a breakdown of the colors of some of the organs in the human body. See how many you get right. The brain. Most people think the brain is gray. While that's partially true, it's only gray when it lacks oxygen and blood flow. In other words, when it's dead. The healthy living human being, let me say that again. The healthy living human brain has a combination of white, black, and pink. The skeleton. This one most people will get. The skeleton, human skeleton, in fact, is all white. The marrow may be brown, gray, or black, but that is determined by health conditions. The skeleton itself is white. Lungs. Healthy lungs are pink in color. Heart. You guessed it if you said the heart was red. Red blood, red heart, kind of makes sense. Liver is kind of a reddish brown. Pancreas, tan and pinkish. Kidneys, reddish brown, again, same as the liver. Spleen, a reddish purple, so a little bit darker than the liver or the kidneys. A thyroid is brownish red. In the skin color is determined by melanin content and health conditions. Now, those are colors of organs in healthy conditions. If you have black lungs, you're not in a healthy condition. So, color does matter. Let's go back to the brain for a moment. The healthy living human brain is a combination of white, black, and pink. According to Memoros.com, the human brain color physically appears to be white, black, and red pinkish while it is alive and pulsating. Images of pink brains are relative to its actual state. The brains we see in movies are detached from the blood and oxygen flow, result to exhibit white, gray, or have a yellowish shadow. There's more to the colors of the brain. than a simple answer can give. Neuron flow, nerves, chemicals, and other factors influence the colors of the brain. It's not just black and white. What about the liver? Much like the brain, you can't see the color of the liver or any other organ from the outside. So you have to rely on the colors that appear on the outside, or at least outside enough to see. The skin tends to take on a yellow hue. The whites of the eyes become faded and yellowish. The color of the eyes, not the irises, but the sclera, can give indications of a person's health. The color of the skin can give indicators of internal health, give regional and genetic background, and determine the level of protection from ultraviolet radiation. What it can't do is determine who a person is. Now, what makes you who you are? If the skin color is not telling you who you are, then what does? Well, what makes you who you are? You have a brain, a heart, lungs, pancreas, liver, and a myriad of other organs inside your body. Yeah, if you're healthy, hopefully you have all of them. If you're healthy but you weren't healthy, you might have lost a kidney or a part of your liver. It goes into all other kinds of medical conditions. All of that's held together by tendons, ligaments, muscles, nerves. All of those are held inside the body by your skin. If your skin was green with purple polka dots, it would still serve the same purpose as a skin that was brown, white, pink, or black. Are you your brain, or is that just another part of who you are? What about the lungs, liver, bladder, or intestines? Those are just parts of who you are. Your blood doesn't designate whether you succeed or fail. Your hair color doesn't decide if you're a good person or a bad one. Your eye color has no power to show your intelligence or morality. Your organs don't determine who you are. Why should your skin? Skin is just another organ. It's not a determination of a person's being. It does not decide if someone will become a criminal or an upstanding citizen. The skin cannot infuse morals or hatred. It is a part of the human body along with all the other organs. The organs are only part of your physical construction. Your body is only part of who you are. So why does skin color matter? It matters as an indicator of your health. When the skin changes color, it indicates issues within your body that should be addressed. The color of the skin also helps to deflect UV rays. Those who have darker skin have natural protection, while those with light skin develop darker skin for the same purpose. So that's not to say UV rays aren't harmful to those with dark skin, but that's a whole nother topic. The spots on the skin, discoloration, colors around the wounds all indicate the health and well-being of a person. I'm sure when you've been bruised, you'll be black and blue, yellow, all kinds of different colors. That doesn't change who you are. The color of the skin, however, does nothing to determine who you are. If you accept that you are more than your skin, more than your organs, more than your body, then you can accept that everyone else is too. If you like this material and would like to hear more of it, be sure to subscribe to my channels on Substack at neurodivergentlife.substack.com. And you can find my podcast on any of your podcast favorite place locations under the Eclectic Writer. Until next time, keep on living that neurodivergent life.